So actually you studied some introduction in the 9th class. You studied about statistics. There was some introduction and so many concepts we studied. So it is a continuation of that. Whatever you studied in the 9th class, this is the continuation. First, what is statistics? So statistics is analyzing the data in the systematic order. Suppose if you collect the data, we collect the data from various surveys, some sources. So we collect some data. Suppose in your class, say there are 30 students and they got the marks like this. So one student, rule number 1 got the marks, say out of 100, he got 28 marks. Rule number 2 got 35 marks. Rule number 3 got 40 marks. Don't write. Rule number 4 got say 85 marks. So rule number 5 got 89 marks. So rule number 6 got 79 marks. So like this, different all 40 students I wrote their marks. See, if you look at this data, it is not in an organized way. So how many students got good marks means we have to see. Okay, this he's got rule number 4 got good marks and rule number 5 got good marks. Like that we have to see which student got good marks. But if we arrange this in a systematic order, then by looking at directly we can tell. Suppose if I collect like this, say 30 to 40, 40 to 50 range, 50 to 60, 60 to 70, 70 to 80, 80 to 90, 90 to 100. Suppose if I divide the ranges like this, in between say 30 to 40, how many students got? Say 5 students. 40 to 50, say 15 students. 50 to 60, say 10 students. 60 to 70, there are say 3 students. There are 2 students. So 15, 20, 30, 35, say 40 students like this. So by looking at this table, directly we can get complete idea on the class, how the students are getting marks. So 90 to 100 means it is a very good, excellent performance. So how many students are in excellent range? 2. Like that. It is easy to see. So instead of seeing all 40 students marks, if you look at this table, we can get some clarity on the class. Suppose 40 to 50, how many? Suppose this is a failure range. So 35 is the pass mark, no? So let us safe side, we take 40 as a fail marks. So up to below 40, let us take it as fail. That means by seeing this, we can tell 5 students fail. 40 to 50 are in the border, just passed. These are in excellent, these are very good. Like that, if we arrange these in a systematic order, so then we can tell the complete analysis of that class. So this type of analysis of the data, this type of analysis, interpretation, collection of the data, this branch of mathematics is called statistics. So you studied the definition of statistics in the 9th class. Once again I will give the definition. So all of you open your notebooks and write a small definition for the statistics. Write down. Write down. A branch of mathematics, which deals with collection. That means we collect the data. First what we do, we took all the 40 students marks, no? That is the collection. 40 students marks, we prepared the list. So collection, comma, analysis, comma, interpretation, and presentation of collection, analysis. So we do analysis. How many are good, how many are bad, like that. So analysis, interpretation and presentation. So we present the data in the systematic order so that each and every can understand that data. So quickly by looking at, we will get complete idea. So presentation of, write down. Presentation of masses. Write down, there is a small disturbance. Presentation of masses of numerical data. Of numerical data, numbers only, is called statistics. A small definition, actually definition no need, but just I explain. So a collection, analysis, interpretation and presentation of a data which is in the numerical form, numerical data is called statistics. Write down this definition, and after this I will use some important formulas. So in this we are going to discuss about three types of central tendencies. That is, first we are going to discuss about mean. Mean, already you did some problems, you studied some concepts in the 9th class. So now I am going to introduce mean. So we have complete, we have almost three exercises. One is on mean, second is on mode, third is on median. So three topics in this 10th class statistics. We have three topics side headings. One is about mean, one is about mode, one is about median. So three we have to discuss in this. So first I am starting the median. Mean. See here. So mean, already you are familiar with this word. Mean, also called average. So average. Suppose students got different marks. So 6 subjects he got marks like this. So 35, 45, 70, 80, 95, 40 like this. So student got 6 marks in 6 subjects like this. So what is the average means? We add all these numbers and divide it by 6. That is called average. Average marks. Average marks. Sum of the marks by number of subjects. So this is called average. It is also called mean. Mean is also called average. So how to get the mean? If this type of data is given, sum of the observations, see here, sum of the observations by number of observations. So this is the formula for mean, and you are already familiar with this, and in 9th class also you studied this formula. So once again I am giving. So this type of data is called ungrouped data. So in the previous example, I wrote some marks. Rule number 1 got these many marks. Rule number 2 got these many marks. Like that I wrote the marks. That is ungrouped data. If you prepare a table in a systematic order, that is grouped data. So if you prepare a table in a systematic order, that is a grouped data. Only if you collect the marks, it is ungrouped data. Suppose here the marks are ungrouped. It is not in an order arranged in a systematic table. So this is ungrouped data. For ungrouped data, mean formula is sum of the observations by number of observations. Suppose, see here, x1, x2, x3 are some marks. Say x1, x2, x3, so on, xn. How many terms are there? 1, 2, 3 up to n. So this is the formula. Or we can also use the symbol. Sigma is the symbol for sum. Instead of writing all the numbers, so sigma is the symbol for sum. Sum of x1, x2, x3, x4, so on. So general term we write it as xi by n. So this is the formula for mean. Mean is sum of the observations by number of observations. Suppose we have 6 subjects marks. How to find the mean? Add all the 6. Sum means plus. So first subject plus second subject plus third subject, like that. Suppose if we have n subjects or n terms, add all n terms and divide it by n. So this is the formula for mean. So instead of writing full, we can also use the symbol. Sigma means sum. Sum plus means we write sigma. So xi means general term. Xi means a symbol. By n means n only. So write down the first formula. For ungrouped data, write down. For ungrouped data, mean is equal to x1 plus x2 plus x3 plus so on xn by n is also written as sigma xi by n, where x1, x2, x3 are the observations, any data. N is equal to number of observations. N is equal to number of observations. So this is the formula you write down, which we studied in the 9th class. In this chapter we don't have this application, just I reminded you the formula. So write down for ungrouped data, mean formula is sum of the observations by number of observations. Sum, instead of writing in full, we can also use this symbol. This is the sum symbol. Right. Write this first formula. Second formula. x1, x2, x3 are observations and n is number of observations. That's all. Second formula. In this, suppose one student's average we got, I explained in the previous example. Suppose more number of students, total class. Suppose we have so 25 marks. 10 students got 25 marks. 10 students got number of students. Don't write anything, only formulas you write. Only for explanation I am doing something. So 33 marks 5 students got, 46 marks 2 students got, 90 marks 8 students got, and 95 marks 2 students got, like this for example. So in this case average means 25, how many students got? 10 students. So to get the average, 25 plus 25 plus 25, 10 times we have to write. 33 plus 33 plus 33, 5 times we have to write. 46 we have to write 46 plus 46 2 times. 90 plus 90 plus 90, 8 times. Because 8 students got 90. To find the average of the total class, so all the marks we have to add. 25 how many times? 10 times. 25 plus 25 plus 25, like that 10 times. Then plus 33 plus 33 plus 33 plus 33 plus 33, 5 times. Like this. So we have to find the average. But instead of doing like this, so we can also do like this. 25 10 times means 250 only. So multiply these two. Suppose this is f, this is x. Then multiply f into x. Then if you add this, then that will be equal to 25 10 times, 33 5 times. So if you do fully, then this will be equal to that. So therefore, another formula for mean is, so when we use that formula, I will explain. First I am giving the formulas. So another formula for mean is sigma. Sigma means plus this plus this plus this plus this. So generally this F, the number of students, is written as Fi. I is a symbol. So it may be, if we take I as 1, we will get this. I as 2, this. I3 means third one. I4 means fourth one. Instead of writing 1 or 2 or 3, general use symbol is Fi. Into this is, we write it as Xi. So Xi into Fi or Fi into Xi. Anyway, multiplication will have commutative property. Fi into Xi by, so total number of students, sigma F. So this is the formula for mean, where this type of data is given. Only this type of data is given. Previous formula, when some observations and repetitions, how many times it is repeated, that both are given, then this is the formula. So how to apply, when to apply, I will explain. But first you write the formula and remember it. Write down. Second formula for ungrouped data, mean is equal to sigma Fi into Xi by sigma F. Sigma Fi. Write down. Third formula. This is important. So now our next exercise, total exercise is based on this third formula. So write down third formula for group data. If systematic order is given, so what is a systematic order? I told, if a table is given, that is called a group data. And even when we start the problems, so I will explain the difference between group data and ungrouped data. So group data means a systematic table will be given. So for that, group data, mean formula is, write down. Write this formula. And the mean is also having one symbol. The symbol for mean is this. This is the symbol for mean. Just a symbol. X bar means this is the symbol for mean. So mean formula, same like previous one, sigma Fi into Xi by Fi. For group data also similar formula, similar to previous one. But here Xi, what is Xi? F is the frequency, when how many times it is repeated, that frequency. So Xi is equal to class marks. Class marks also called mid values of the class. So what is mid value? That already you studied in the 9th class. Again when we start the problem, I will explain what is the mid value and how to find. First I am giving the formulas and I am explaining the symbols. So where Xi is equal to class marks. Class mark means not our marks. So this is class mark means mid value of the class is called class marks. So F is the frequency. F is equal to frequency. Right. So this is the third formula. You please write down. Two more formulas I will give. Write the formulas very neatly and you practice it. Then when we start the problems, we have to apply. So this, see, for ungrouped data, fourth one is group data. That is third one is, you change the third one, ungrouped, not ungrouped, grouped data. Grouped data, third one. Grouped data, write down this formula. So remove that ungrouped grouped data. See here, for grouped data, to find the mean, we have three different ways. Three different ways. Whichever is convenient to you, you can do. In the question, suppose in the exam or in a question itself, it is, if it is mentioned, apply this method, then only you have to apply that method. Otherwise, whichever is convenient, you can use any method. Three methods are there for finding the mean. For grouped data, that means for a table, so we have three formulas for finding the mean. In that, this is the first formula. So this method is called direct method. Write down, direct method. Direct method, this is the formula for mean. Now I will explain other two formulas also. Total three methods for grouped data. This is the formula for mean, and we have another formula for mean for different method. Say again, if you apply the another method, so there is another formula. Three formulas. So write down this first formula, and next fourth number. Fourth number. So here also I am giving the formula for mean, but this is called deviation, assumed mean method. Write down, assumed mean method. Assumed mean method. Assumed mean method, the formula for mean is, write down these formulas, A plus sigma write down. Right. This is the formula for mean, A plus sigma Fi into Di by Fi. Fi is the frequency, you know. Fi is equal to frequency, already you know, and in the previous problem formula also we used it. And D is equal to Xi minus A. So A is assumed mean, you write down here. And what is assumed mean, that I will explain while giving the example. First, write down, I am introducing only the formulas and the symbols. See here, all the symbols are introduced. Mean formula A plus sigma Fi into Di by sigma Fi, where Di is equal to Xi minus A. So in this, what are the new symbols? All symbols A. A is assumed mean. What is F? Already known. In the previous case also we applied. Fi is frequency. And this is another symbol that already you know. Xi is class marks or mid values of the class. So this is the formula for mean for the group data. So this is called assumed mean method. Last formula, direct method. This is assumed mean method. And one more formula I will give. That is enough. So complete mean we can, the topic will be over. So all the mean problems we can do. So write down this formula and write the symbols also. Write down that formula. D is nothing but xi minus a, or we can name D as D is called a deviation. Right. Fifth formula. Fifth formula. This is also formula for finding the mean, but it is called step deviation method. In these three methods, any one method you can follow, but in the question, if it is asked to follow only one particular method, then you have to do it. So step deviation method, the formula for mean is like this. Write this formula: A plus sigma fi into ui by sigma fi into h. Where ui is xi minus a by h. Right now, h is equal to size of the class. Size of the class. Generally we take size of the class, or we can take any number which is convenient. So all the 5 formulas I explained, 2 formulas for ungrouped data, 3 formulas for grouped data. So in the 3 formulas, all are about mean. So one is a direct method, second is a assumed mean method, third is step deviation method. So all the 3 formulas for grouped data, I gave the formulas and I introduced the symbols also. Here I am not writing what is Fi. Fi is already being introduced, frequency. Xi is class marks, mid value of the class. So A is assumed mean in the previous example. So H only new we got that I introduced. So remaining you can write down. F is frequency, X is the class of the class marks, A is assumed mean. Same like previous formula. Whatever we wrote for these 3 previously, same. Students, so look at these formulas once. So problems, the specialty is problem to problem there is no much difference. Same model problems we have. You can choose any method 1, 2, 3. I will explain all the 3 methods, but first method is little convenient. Simplification may be difficult in the first method, but procedure is simple. So if it is not mentioned, so you can use the first method. So that is these are the 3 methods. So now all of you open the textbooks. This is 3. All of you open the textbooks, 336 page number. 336 page number. All of you open the textbooks, 336 page number. Write down the first problem. First problem. So see it very carefully. So if you understand the first problem, total exercise you can complete by choosing any one method. If first method is convenient, then all the problems, total exercise, no any other model. So in 14.1 exercise, so we have exercise 14.1, 9 problems, only one question. Find mean up to 9 problems, same question. So if you follow the process, if you understand one question, then we can apply same process for all other problems. You can complete that exercise. But the problem is, for finding the mean we have three formulas. So which formula we have to use? Any formula you can use, but in the exam if it is asked to apply step deviation method or find mean by assumed mean method, if such question specifically asked, then we have to apply that process. Otherwise, in these three method formulas, whichever is convenient to you, you can use. So this first problem I am writing number of plants and number of houses. Write down 0 to 2, 2 to 4, 4 to 6, 6 to 8, 8 to 10, 10 to 12, 12 to 14. See here, the table is given. Write down the table from the textbook. This is the table. Don't write anything. So you understand this. Already you did in 9th class. Same problem you did in 9th class. So once again I will explain. Then same process you apply for all the remaining problems and you complete that exercise. See here. Number of houses. So we take this is F. What is the given data? The data is 1, 2, 1, 5, 6, 2, 3. Write it from the textbook. Now what happens? Don't write. First we have to find xi. What is xi? In the formula I gave. See the third formula we are using. Third, fourth, fifth, anyone we can use. Third formula, fourth formula, fifth formula. I will use third formula which is convenient. So fourth and fifth I will use for other problems. So this I will use third formula because nothing is mentioned. So we are not given any specific method. So like this. See here. Xi means class marks. Class marks means mid value of the class. Xi means mid value of the class. See here. 0 to 2. Don't write 0 to 2 mid value. 0 plus 2 by 2. Lower limit plus upper limit by 2. Mid value. See here. Xi is equal to class mark. Already you wrote, which is nothing but mid value. What is the mid value? Lower limit plus upper limit by 2. Lower limit plus upper limit by 2. See here. Already you did in the 9th class. 0 plus 2 by 2. See here. Don't write 0 plus 2 by 2. 0 plus 2. 2 by 2 is 1. Next. See here. 2 plus 4 by 2. 2 plus 4, 6 by 2, 3. 4 plus 6, 10 by 2. 4 plus 6 by 2, 10 by 2, 5. Like that you find for all, but if you know the first one, we can write the remaining, because what is the difference? 2 to difference, 0 to 2, 2 to 4, 4 to 6, 6 to 8, 8 to 10, 10 to 12, 2 to difference. So 1 plus 2, 3, 3 plus 2, 5. Next will be 7. If you do also, you will get 7. See, 6 plus 8, 14 by 2, 7. 8 plus 10, 18 by 2, 9. 7, 9, what is the next number? 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13. Even if you do also, you get 12 plus 14. 26 by 2 is 13. Like that, we have to find the XI, class marks, mid value. Otherwise, don't get confusion. Xi means what is xy? How you got this number? You will get confusion. So xi means class mark, that is mid value of the class. How to get the mid value? Lower limit plus upper limit by 2. This concept you studied in the 9th class. That means add these two and divide it by 2. 0 plus 2 by 2, 1. So the difference is 2, 2 difference. So if it is 1, this will be 3. 3 plus 2, 5. 5 plus 2, 7. 7 plus 2, 9. 9 plus 2, 11, 11 plus 2, 13, like that. Then the next step is Fi into Xi. Multiply these two, fill this table. Do it. Multiply these two, write down here. Multiply these two, write down here. Prepare this. One into 1, 2 into 3, 6. 1 into 5, 5. 5 into 7, 35. 6 into 9, 54. 2 into 11, 22. 3 into 13, 39. So add all this. If you add this, that is called sigma. Sigma means sum. Add all these values and add all these Fi values. Fi. Sigma Fi means all these Fi values. Add this right here. Add this right here. The formula for mean is simple. Is sigma Fi into Xi. Whatever answer you get here, write in the numerator. Sigma Fi, whatever answer you get here, write in the denominator. That is the answer, final answer. So this is given, this is given. We prepared only these two columns. First column is mid value, 0 plus 2 by 2. 0 plus 2 is 2. 2 by 2 is 1. 2 plus 4, 6 by 2 is 3. 4 plus 6, 10. 10 by 2 is 5. 6 plus 8, 14 by 2 is 7. Like that, 2 difference. So multiply these two, Fi into Xi. That is Fi here, Xi here. See here, Fi. Fi. 1 into 1, 1. 2 into 3, 6. 1 into 5, 5. 5 into 7, 35, like this. So add this. Get the, what is the answer? See whether it is 192 or not. See that is it 192 or not. $162. This is the answer. 162 by 20. 162 by 20, see here, 162 by 20, 10 times 2, 81 times, decimal removed, 8.1, 0 removed, 8.1 answer. This is the procedure. Simple method, and problem to problem there is no difference. All problems are same model, but the only confusion is which method we have to apply. If it is not asked, this is the easy method you can apply. So if it is asked, we have two more formulas, fourth formula, fifth formula. So that using those formulas also we will get same answer. So first method that means third formula applied. Direct method I applied. Direct method. So this is direct method. I applied direct method and I got the answer. This is given, find the mid values. Mid value you know how to find. Multiply these two and find the sum, add all this, write this in the numerator, write this in the denominator. That is the answer. That's all. Students, so today I gave all the that is 5 formulas for the mean. For 2 formulas for ungrouped data, 3 formulas for grouped data. So you practice those 5 formulas, by heart those 5 formulas, and then how to apply that third formula, that is using direct method, how to find the mean, I explained the problem. So remember this, and same method if you want you can do remaining problems also. Otherwise we will continue tomorrow. So thank you students. For tomorrow you come prepared with all these formulas, and this is a new chapter we started today. So if you are familiar with the formulas, then solving the problems and understanding the problems becomes easy. So thank you. Have a nice day.